Everyone, and welcome to my channel OptionsTrader Today. So today in this video I will tell you how the price of crude has moved in the last month and how the price of crude can move in the next month. If you look at the chart of crude, what you can see, if we go on a weekly chart, see, this is the first time we have seen it made a high after 2020's this negative trend, made a first high, and from there we have seen it came down to a level of 33 after making a high of around 43. This is the first time. After this particular high broke upside, we have seen again it made a high of around 67.92. This is the second time it made high, and from there we have seen it went down to a level of 57.44. Third time again it went up, again came down, made a low of around 62. Okay, once again it made a high, went upside. This is the fourth time, came down. After that it went again for the fifth time upside and then came down. So this is a pattern is creating, a pattern is forming in this particular zone. If you can't see it, you have to see particular trend. See, a trend is following here. Whenever it goes up, we have seen a continuous downfall, first, second, third, fourth and fifth. Okay, and if you look at this particular trend, what we have seen, whenever it made a high, it came down. Now probability if this particular trend follows. Okay, now what we can see looking at the next month. Okay, if you look at for this particular month, May month, what we have seen that there is a downfall as well as an upside, and a range bound market we have seen for the crude prices. Okay, but very volatile. But as of now, if we look at for this particular week, we have seen a continuous rise after second week of May, that the price of crude has moved upside. Okay, so suppose if the price of crude sustain this particular level, we can see it can move further up and can touch a level of 116.18. okay, and if you look at this particular trend, 11.68 is already being a weakened support. Okay, weakened resistance, so probability will be very high. We can see it can move further upside and can touch a level of 116.85. okay, and if this probability, that means if it sustain above a level of 116.85, we can see it can move further upside and can go. If we look at this from this particular trend 2022, we cannot see any resistance coming in this particular zone. We can see it can move for the upside. But if we go beyond this particular level, if we go beyond 2012, that means since these years we have not seen the range has gone upside above a level of $115. okay, it has crossed this particular trend since 2011. okay, and now what we can see, suppose if this particular level sustain, we can see it can move further upside towards a level of 117.12, and from there we can see it can move to another level. That means if it can go and touch a level of 119.72. suppose if the price sustain above this level, we can see it can move further upside towards a level of 122.32, and from there we can see it can go further high to a level of 126.65. and if you look at this chart, we can see that these resistance is already being a weakened support, weakened resistance, so probability will be very high. We can see it can go further upside towards a level of 134, and from there we can see it can touch a level of 139.19 and then further upside. Okay, this is what we can see, a particular resistance on the upper side. If the price sustain a resistance, we can see it can go further upside, but the trend is also, we can say it an upside, because it has given a yearly breakout, 5 or 10 years you can say, because this is the only we have time where we have seen it has moved upside, but now it has break this particular level and can go further upside. But suppose if the price didn't sustain this particular level. Before we move forward, if you have any doubt regarding crude, you can mail me at stockmarkettradinglive@gmail.com, and a mail ID I have given in the description. Please watch the full video, then you will understand that how this technical in crude and other commodities are working. And if you wish to join my Telegram channel, link in the description, you can join. See, suppose if the price didn't sustain this particular level, what we can see, because market is uncertain, you cannot say that it will go in one direction. Okay, suppose if the price didn't sustain, we can see it can come down to a level of 115. okay, and once this level didn't sustain this particular level also 115, then we can see yes, a probability of going down towards a level of 112.8 will be there. Okay, and if this level also didn't sustain, then we can see it can move further down towards a level of 111.2. 108.32, and from there we can see it can move further down towards a level of 108.93. okay, and suppose if the price goes below that level, then we can see it can touch a level of 108.23 and from 107.85, and from there we can see it can move further down towards a level of 105.46. okay, and once if this level goes downside, we can see it can move further low towards a level of 100.46. okay, and this is already a weekend support, so probability will be high. We can see it can go further down towards a level of 97.64, and from there we can see it can go further down towards a level of 95.68. suppose if the price didn't sustain this particular level also, we can see it can move further down towards a level of 94.16, and from there we can see it can go and touch a level of 93.29. okay, so you have to understand something, that if you are trading, you have to be very careful when with your risk and as well as your profit. okay, so that when to book profit and entry. okay, so now if the price didn't sustain at a level of 93.29, we can see it can come down to a level of 88, and if that level also didn't sustain, then we can see it can come down to a level of 85.47. once 85.47 drop, then we can see it can move further down. Understand something, if you are trading is risky. okay, if you are trading, most of the people lose money in trading. okay, so what I teach in my workshop, that means if you are trading with $10,000, try to trade with 10 to 15% of capital per trade, that is around 1000 to 1500. risk should be 0.5 to 1%, that is around $50 to $100. okay, so suppose you trade 5 times and all you lose, then maximum risk is $500. okay, so you will not be in a psychology of recovering money in the next day, rather than you will focus more on profit. There will not be a probability that you lose all the 5 trades, but suppose this is the maximum limit, I am telling you, you can lose this amount. okay, so this is what you have to understand here, that psychology plays an important when you take trades. okay, this is what I teach in my workshop. okay, and the next day you can focus more on profit rather than become this loss. So if you want to attend my workshop, you can mail me regarding that and we can work out on the timing. So hope you like the video, and if you like the video, please one thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel, please subscribe it. Thank you.